My special occasion started in sixth grade. I was on the travel baseball team in Newtown, Connecticut, and so it all started with me trying out for the travel team, and I ended up getting cut from the premier team, and I made the second tier team. And as a sixth grader, you don't really take that lightly. Obviously, that hurt a lot, and I constantly doubted myself, didn't think I was good enough. So I finally got the courage to become and practice and become one of the better players on one of the younger teams, and I worked very hard. And for a sixth grader, I had a high work ethic when it came to sports, and it mattered so much to me. So during the summer baseball season, we were playing our rivals Fairfield, and my grandpa, who is no longer with us today, he was 76 at the time, was having heart problems, ended up showing up to our playoff game, and since our lower tier team was so good, we ended up playing higher tier teams in the first round of the playoffs. He actually came. This is unfortunately the last game he saw, not because he passed after, it was more just it was the only game he could come to. But it was all out of heart, and I greatly appreciated it, and I'll remember it for the rest of my life. But anyway, so we were playing a team called Fairfield. They're our rivals, and we were playing their higher tier team, and I will always remember this day so much. It means so much to me as a person. And we were losing to them 3-0 after the first inning, and as a kid you only play 6 innings rather to 9 as a professional or college or high school team. But anyway, so it was the third inning, and then we were down 5-0, and I just remember always looking over and seeing my grandpa in the same position. I could tell he believed in me, he believed in us, he believed in our team, and that meant so much to me. And I even as a sixth grader, I would see that, and I'd look at him, and I even understood at the time that it was really hard for him to even show up, so it meant so much. I didn't want to disappoint him. Obviously, just him seeing me play meant so much to him. But anyways, we went on, and we ended up scoring 2 runs, and then it went to the top of the 5th inning. Fairfield was playing, and Fairfield scored again, and it was 6-2. But in the bottom of the 5th, we scored 3 runs, and I just remember we were playing in our hometown on our town field, and we had a ton of the 7th grade team, the 5th grade team, the 6th grade. Everyone was watching, everyone was there supporting us because we got so far into the playoffs, and no one expected us to even make the playoffs. The fact that we made it there was so awesome. And so we ended up scoring 3 runs, and the score was 6-5. And then after that, it was one of my best friends at the time in 6th grade, and he pitched a closeout inning. We were up 6-5, still went to the bottom of the 6th. My apologies. And we ended up scoring a run off of 2 back-to-back doubles, which you don't know what a double is. It's when you get to second base off of a hit. So the score was tied at 6, and it was like the most blood ever going through my veins I think I could ever feel, just knowing who was watching me, where I was being watched at the time of my age. It was like the biggest moment I had in my life to that day, and that's why it's always stuck with me. So I was up with a runner at second, 2 outs, and I hit a single past the second baseman, which is on the right side of the baseball field, and it went right past him. And from there, the outfielder bobbled the ball as I was running first, and we had a player on third, and when he bobbled, the runner on third went home and scored. So obviously that's the bottom of the 6th, so that ended up being the walk-off hit, and it was one of the best moments of my entire life, just because I had my grandpa there who got to see us come back, got to see us fight. And so the best thing about that was after the game, obviously I'm a 6th grader, he just gave me a hug and was like, I'm so proud of you, that was the best thing ever. I've lived 76 years, and that's one of the better things like I've ever seen in my entire life. He's like just seeing how you guys did what you did at your age, and like coming back from like how you guys were all hurt, how you're on the lower tier team, beating a higher tier team that's in fact our rival, which was awesome. And the reason why that moment in fact means so much to me was because I later found out years after he passed. It was midway through 9th grade. I still remember the moment vividly. I was in my kitchen eating dinner, and we were just having a talk, bringing up old memories. And my dad brings up the fact that my grandpa actually survived 6 months after that game, just because of the fight that he saw us give, and like how much heart we had. It gave him hope in himself, even though there was almost no hope. It gave him more hope, more fight, more passion to live and to see me play again. Unfortunately, he couldn't. We played more games after that, but he couldn't even come to like the next game. But still, like, it gave him like the sense of heart and passion, and it just gave him so much hope that like it means so much to me, and like it's just a moment I don't think I'll ever forget. And it was just such an incredible day for me, and I don't think there's no story, nobody, nothing that could ever compare to what I did that day, and like what I later found out what that meant to the person who I was in fact playing for. Just seeing my grandpa at that game was just like so incredible to me, and like it's just a moment I don't think I'll ever forget. So thank you guys for listening.